Om Gam Ganapatie Nama. Om Budhvaswa Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargori Vasya Dhimhi Dio Yona Prachodayam. I pay obeisance to my mother and father, Bhagwan Sitaram. And I pay obeisance to you, my earthly mothers and fathers, the divinity, our divinity on this earth. Sitaram, and welcome to one and all. Welcome to our Krishnam family members, and welcome to the ashram, El Sigur ashram, and members of this ashram. Today, we've already gone through our religious aspect of our program dedicated to our National Day of Prayer. Our National Day of Prayer that has been called by our Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. And we've decided to reach out, to reach our divinities, our earthly gods and goddesses on the earth on this our special day, in giving thanks and giving prayer and giving praise to all the peoples of the world. Today, we have gone this route because, as we all know, our country, Trinidad and Tobago, is under stress from this pandemic. The world is under stress from this pandemic. And today, as is our day of prayer, our National Day of Prayer, all the temples, the masjids and the churches across the country, I believe, will have services geared in that direction. We have so decided, as we have finished our religious aspect of it, we have so decided, Guruji and myself, and some of the members of the ashram, that we want to reach out to you all, our family out there. And so to start this morning, we will be linking up with our goddaughter, our Shishya, Srimati, a daughter in Dharma, who will begin this morning's program for us. So please stay tuned as we make the link up. Sitaram. Sitaram Pamela, welcome to this morning's program. Please, you are live, so please feel free, say a few words to the nation and to all the viewers out there.
Jai Sitaram, Namaste, Guruji or Gurumai, and by extension, the world. Today, as you have heard from Gurumai, it is our National Day of Prayer. So I invite you to put your hands together as we ask for the divine blessings of Bhagwan. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakarishu Sarvadha Om Vinadhari Vipula Mangaladhanashile Bhaktarti Nashini Viranshi Harishavate Kiritipade Akila Manorajini Mahari Vidyapadhaini Saraswati Naumi Nityam Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Hari Om Bol Guru Maharaj Ji Jai. Children, we are now in this world jointly faced with one common enemy. And now when a crisis hits you, the kind of person you are, the kind of value you add to your life shows. In our holy scriptures, we are a wonderful example of people who faced with situations and how they dealt with it was important. This virus has only affected our lifestyle, not our lives. Our lifestyle are the things that we are missing. Our outdoor dining, our recreation outside. But what is important is the transformation that it's supposed to take inside of us mentally, spiritually. We're supposed to have a reconnect with our Bhagwan, with our Lord, with our Divine Master. We have to practice all the social awareness. We stay away from each other for a while, sanitize. But most importantly, we have to have hope and belief. We have to take responsibility. We have to look within ourselves and say, if by chance I have been affected, I must be responsible enough not to spread it. The virus is only being carried by human beings, not by the birds, not by the mosquitoes, not by the dogs, but by the human being. So the human being has to take responsibility for themselves and for those outside. In our scriptures, Sita Devi Ma was also in lockdown. She was in lockdown for 14 years. And how did she deal with that situation? Did she just give up? Did she just idly wait by and say, my Bhagwan will come? What did she do when Ravana approached her? She said, look, if you dare come to me, I will destroy you with this blade of grass. So she took responsibility of the situation. She had her faith in her Bhagwan, but she also had the good sense to know that here I am now in a crisis. I am faced with a situation and I have to take responsibility. And that's exactly what we have to do now, children. Everyone now is only talking about the doom and gloom. But we have, we must not join in that doom and gloom. We must not make ourselves miserable with the doom and gloom. We have to step out of that box. For too long, we lost our connection to Mother Earth and to nature, to the 5 elements, to our senses. And we lived in the material world. We have complained long enough. There's too much traffic. I wish I could work from home. I wish I could study from home. Now all those things has come before
Beautiful
us.
points,
All
Pamelaji. Beautiful points.
Yes, Gurumai?
I said beautiful points. So
Yes,
apt that you would think of bringing Sita Ma to the forefront at this point in time, as truly she was in lockdown for 14 years and never complained one day. So on
That's
those beautiful words, we want to thank you for finding the time, making the time to share these words with us, with the Christian family and the world out there. Thank you, Pamelaji. Have a beautiful, blessed day. We love you.
Thank you. I love you, Gurumai.
We love you, darling.
So this is the first time for us, and the second person we want to reach out to is Dr. Shastri Sukai, a very respected, dedicated surgeon in our country, Trinidad and Tobago. Someone who has given many words of advice to so many people out there, who thinks nothing of finding a moment to spare his time to give advice. Dr. Sukai is a son of the soil, a son of Trinidad and Tobago, one who has distinguished himself in his profession of medicine. And we now want to link up with Dr. Sukai to bring some words of greetings, some words of advice, some words of hope, so that we in Trinidad and Tobago and the wider population out there may gain from his great words of advice and wisdom. Dr. G, how are you?
Very well, Auntie Shada. Very well, Auntie Shanta.
Okay. Welcome to our platform, the Elsie Coromander's Facebook page and the Christian family, which is viewed and listened to across the world. So we want you to share with us, our viewers and our listeners, some words of advice, some words of hope, some words of goodness, so that we may understand more in this time of this pandemic in our country and in the wider world. So please, Dr. G, feel free, start.
Thank you, Auntie Shanta. Pandit Dr. Brahmanan Ramachan, devotees of the Elsie Mandel family and friends. If anyone had told me a year ago that today we and I would be in this position, I would have vehemently denied it. A year later, as we face and we navigate this pandemic that has affected each and every one of us in the world, we are still here with the certainty of knowing or not knowing when the end of all of this will come. It has been a very tortuous course for all of us, each of our families, those with elderly parents, young children. It has taken everything, all of our core to deal with this coronavirus. If everyone seems to know so much, social media is totally inundated with information. Much of it, I must say, is misinformation about the virus, vaccine, even their conspiracy theories as to even how this whole coronavirus pandemic started and is being propagated now. If one word of advice early on that I would share and I would ask you all is that information